In the shadowy depths of Meghalaya, where the Nohkalikai waterfall plunges into a chasm of despair, the night wears a cloak of dread. Clouds swirl above like sentinels, their dark forms shrouding the world in an oppressive silence, broken only by the sound of water crashing below, an eerie symphony, echoing like a lament of lost souls yearning for liberation. Amidst this haunting beauty, a commotion erupts. A boy, panic-stricken, clutches a knife, his heart racing as he flees from a furious mob. Their shouts pierce the night, reverberating through the mist.
"He killed my daughter!"
Justice demands his blood. Punish him! The boy's breath quickens as he skids to a halt at the edge of the waterfall, the abyss yawning before him. The crowd halts a short distance away, their faces twisted in rage and grief. In that moment of freezing terror, a voice slithers through the air, chilling him to the bone. Jump, jump! End this life! Jump, jump! It is a siren call, seductive yet sinister, drowning out the cacophony of the mob. That waterfall is cursed. Don't do it. They scream, but their warnings fade into the background, drowned by the relentless chant of the unseen voice. Jump, jump! Jump. The urgency crescendos, a hypnotic rhythm pulling him toward the edge, as if the very air around him vibrates with the promise of release. With a heart full of despair and a mind clouded by fear, he leaps. "Oh God, he actually jumped!" Gasps ripple through the crowd. Shock hangs heavy in the air, mingling with the mist. No one has ever perished here until now, and today he is lost. A chilling silence follows his plunge, a void where life once thrived. "Let's go back." "No one will ever dare return here again," declares a voice laced with finality as the crowd disperses into the night, leaving behind the echo of a tragedy that will haunt the waterfall forever. Years later, 2,000 kilometers away in the bustling heart of Delhi, a young man named Rajesh stands resolute, his dreams clashing against the protective instincts of his parents. "Please let me go on this solo trip to Meghalaya," he implores, his eyes alight with a yearning for adventure. "Solo trip? You think we will just let you wander off alone? Are you out of your mind, Rajesh?" His mother chides, her voice a mix of concern and disbelief. "Mom, a solo trip doesn't mean I'll be isolated. There are group tours. I won't be alone," he counters, desperation creeping into his tone. "Do you think we're naive?" "We don't know these people," his mother retorts, worry etched across her face. "Mom, everyone is there for the same reason, to enjoy. Just let me explore something new in life." After what feels like an eternity of persuasion, her resolve begins to wane. His father, though hesitant, finally relents with a cautious nod. "Fine, but if anything goes wrong, you come straight home." Rajesh beams with triumph. Oblivious to the shadow lurking behind the waterfall, he is destined to visit. The echoes of the past linger in the air, whispering tales of despair and lost lives, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to cross their path. The stage is set for a journey that will intertwine with the horrors buried beneath the surface, where the veil between the living and the damned grows thin, ready to claim its next victim. "Understood, Dad, absolutely," Rajesh replied, his excitement barely contained. The dawn of a new adventure broke as Rajesh set off on his journey. The train ride from Delhi to Meghalaya stretched on, a tapestry of landscapes unraveling outside the window. He soon found himself surrounded by fellow travelers, Mandeep, Irfan, Salina, Jyoti, and Rahul. Their laughter mingled with the rhythmic clatter of the train, weaving a bond that felt as natural as the rolling hills they passed. Once the train finally reached its destination, they piled into a bus, eager to reach the heart of Meghalaya. As they wound through narrow roads bordered by thick, untamed forests, Rajesh felt a sense of peace wash over him. "Seriously, it's amazing," he exclaimed, gazing at the encroaching mountains. As if summoned by their awe, the bus radio crackled to life, shattering the tranquil ambiance. "Why are you all here? Go back." A chill slithered down Rajesh's spine. "Who turned on the radio?" "It just turned on by itself," someone shouted, panic threading through the group. The driver's face was taut with confusion as he wrestled with the knobs, desperately trying to silence the eerie message. "Didn't you hear? Go back," the voice insisted, echoing ominously in the confined space. "What kind of joke is this? Who is doing this?" Mandeep's voice trembled with uncertainty. "This is no joke. This place is haunted. I've heard strange things happen here," Irfan added, his bravado faltering. Abruptly, the radio fell silent, plunging them into an unsettling quiet. The bus lights flickered, plunging them into darkness for an agonizing moment. A collective gasp filled the air as everyone instinctively grasped for each other, hearts pounding as they exchanged terrified glances. What was that? The atmosphere thickened with tension. The air charged as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Driver, is this your local prank? Are you playing pre-recorded audio? Irfan attempted to lighten the mood, but the humor felt forced. You've caught us red-handed. I was just trying to enhance our travel thrill. He chuckled, though his voice wavered. Instead of thrill, you've raised our heartbeats. Selina shot back, the fear palpable in her eyes. Little did they realize this was merely a prelude, a dark overture to the nightmare that lay ahead. Morning dawned over Cherrapunji, its air imbued with a mystical charm that invigorated Rajesh's spirit. As they disembarked from the bus, a local guide named David greeted them, his demeanor warm yet enigmatic. If you've come to see the true beauty of Cherrapunji, believe me, this journey will stay with you forever. But remember, nature is as beautiful as it is dangerous. You're scaring us right from the start. Jyoti laughed nervously, though her eyes betrayed her unease. Don't be afraid. I'm here with you, David reassured them, his smile unwavering as he led them to breathtaking spots. The lush greenery enveloped them, rain drizzling down like a soft embrace, transporting them into a realm where reality felt surreal. This place is like a dream. I want to stay here forever, Rajesh exclaimed, lost in the beauty surrounding him. It's fun to roam, but staying is tough. It always rains, Irfan remarked, a hint of caution in his voice. Whatever happens, this journey will be remembered for a lifetime, Rajesh declared, his enthusiasm infectious. After hours of exploration, they settled at a quaint dhaba, the aroma of local cuisine wafting through the air. Laughter and chatter filled the small space as they shared stories. But soon, David shifted the conversation toward Nohkalikai waterfall. Do you know about Nohkalikai waterfall? All I know is that it's the highest waterfall in Asia, Mandeep replied, curiosity piqued. It's not just a waterfall. It's also tied to a horrifying story. According to the tale, many years ago, a woman lived here whose name was... David's voice trailed off, the atmosphere turning heavy as he prepared to unveil the chilling narrative that would entwine their lives with the darkness that lurked in the shadows of the waterfall. Likai had once known the warmth of love, but fate twisted her heart into a shroud of despair when she remarried. Her second husband, a figure cloaked in cruelty, became a monster in disguise. In a fit of rage, he extinguished the light of her daughter's life, cooking her flesh a horror unimaginable. When Likai discovered the ghastly truth, despair consumed her, and she leapt from the precipice of the Nohkalikai waterfall, seeking solace in the depths below. Since that fateful day, the waterfall became a haunting reminder of her tragic tale, a place where the whispers of lost souls echoed in the night, luring the living with promises of release from their pain. Many who ventured there returned with shadows in their hearts, plagued by thoughts of ending their own lives. As David recounted the tale, a palpable fear gripped the group, their faces pale as they absorbed the chilling story. Oh God, this is horrifying, Selina gasped. But is it true? I've heard things and I wouldn't advise you to go there. Despite David's warnings, the thrill of the unknown ignited a flicker of rebellion in Rajesh. That night, while others drifted into uneasy sleep, he felt an irresistible pull toward the waterfall. He confided in Rahul, his voice barely a whisper in the stillness. I want to go to Nohkalikai waterfall. Will you come with me? Have you lost your mind? David said no. Rahul shot back, eyes wide with disbelief. Just for a quick look, we'll come back soon, please. Rajesh pleaded, his determination unwavering. Fine, but we must return quickly. Rahul relented, anxiety creeping into his voice as they slipped silently from the hotel, the darkness wrapping around them like a shroud. Arriving at the waterfall, they were awestruck by its power. The roar of the water resonated through their bones, an intoxicating blend of beauty and fear. Yet, as they stood there, an unsettling presence enveloped them. Strange, insidious thoughts began to creep into their minds. Jump, jump! This life is worthless, jump! The whispers slithered through the air, chilling Rajesh to the core. Rajesh, are you hearing this voice? Rahul's eyes darted nervously, his demeanor shifting. Yeah, we should get out of here. This isn't right, Rajesh urged, instinctively stepping back, but Rahul stood frozen, entranced by the haunting murmurs. Rahul, let's go! Jump, jump! In that moment, Rajesh felt a surge of panic. "Rahul, please. We need to leave." But it was as if Rahul were caught in a trance. The call of the abyss too potent to resist. With a sudden, horrifying clarity, he took a step forward, then another, until he was teetering on the edge. "No!" Rajesh cried out, paralyzed by fear as Rahul leaped into the void. Swallowed by the roaring waters below, Rajesh stumbled back, the horror of the moment crashing down upon him like a wave. He turned and ran, heart racing, back to the hotel, the darkness behind him heavy with despair. Bursting into the room, he shook the others awake, breathless with terror. "You have to wake up." Rahul jumped into the waterfall. "What are you talking about?" "You're joking," Mandeep exclaimed, disbelief etched across his face. "No, I'm serious. We need to go now." The urgency in Rajesh's voice propelled them into action, their hearts pounding as they rushed toward the waterfall. Upon arrival, the scene was surreal. The moonlight illuminated the turbulent waters, casting eerie shadows on the rocky banks. There, partially hidden among the stones, lay Rahul's shoe, a stark reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. "What happened?" "We had heard about this, but we didn't believe it." "Is this really true?" David whispered, his face pale as he scanned the dark waters, anxiety creeping into his expression. Suddenly, the chilling voice echoed in their minds once more. "Jump! Jump!" It reverberated like a death knell, a sinister call that threatened to claim more souls as the night deepened and the forest closed in around them. The group stood frozen, fear wrapping around them like the suffocating mist. As they realized they were not alone, the darkness was alive and it hungered for more. "Go away from here, run!" Panic rippled through the group like a shockwave, and they began to retreat, hearts racing against the backdrop of the raging waterfall. But in a moment of sheer madness, Selena's eyes glazed over, and she shoved Irfan into the abyss. "I can't believe you just did that," Mandeep shouted, horror flooding his voice. "Selena, what have you done?" "I was hearing the same voice," she cried, her face contorted with anguish. "I was about to jump myself, but then the thought of hurting him came to me." Shock and distress painted the faces of the others as they hurried back to the hotel, Selena trembling amidst them, her guilt palpable. "Selena is lying." "It's just an excuse," Jyoti shouted, her voice trembling. "A murder has happened. We need to call the police." "Yes, the truth will come out. We can't hide this." Irfan's voice surged with urgency. "I'm telling the truth." That voice was echoing in my mind. "I don't even know what I did," Selena pleaded, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Wait," David interjected, his tone grave. "You all aren't understanding. This incident is strange. I've heard before that those who go near Nohkalikai waterfall end up harming themselves. A few years ago, a boy in the village killed someone and then ran to the waterfall to take his own life. Ever since, visitors have had thoughts of suicide and of harming others. This place has become dangerous." "This all sounds like superstition," Mandeep scoffed, though his voice wavered with uncertainty. "Believe it or not, but I've heard this many times. It's the spirit of that girl doing this." David's voice trembled, echoing their shared dread. Fear gripped the group as reality set in. None had anticipated their journey would spiral into such a horrifying nightmare. Just then, Jyoti's voice broke through the tension. "Where's Rajesh?" "I can't see him." "Did he go back to the waterfall?" "No, we have to stop him." Panic ignited, and they raced toward the waterfall, their hearts pounding in unison. Upon arrival, they froze at the sight of Rajesh standing at the edge, his posture eerily calm, as though conversing with an unseen presence. "Rajesh, get away from there." "What are you doing?" Mandeep shouted, desperation lacing his tone. "Come here," Rajesh called, his voice distant, almost entranced. Just then, a shadow flickered beside him, pausing for a heartbeat before vanishing into the night. Rajesh turned, a blank expression on his face, then slowly stepped back from the precipice. What was happening there? I felt like someone was talking to me. "They were telling me not to leave," he murmured, disoriented and shaken. Alarm surged through the group as they pulled Rajesh away from the edge. "We need to get out of here." "It's time to return to Delhi," David insisted, urgency fueling their retreat. The bus began its journey back, the weight of their experience heavy in the air. Gradually, fatigue took hold, and one by one, they succumbed to sleep, the night swallowing them whole. But as darkness enveloped the world, Rajesh jolted awake, his eyes devoid of emotion, a crimson hue shadowing them. In a trance-like state, he withdrew a knife from his pocket, his intentions shrouded in madness. "You all have to go. You all have to go," he hissed, moving toward his friends. Their peaceful slumber shattered by the horror unfolding. Rajesh began to stab each one, his actions swift and merciless. The only soul awake to witness the chaos was the driver, whose heart raced with terror. "This boy has gone insane. It's a game with spirits. There's only one way to stop this." The driver's voice cracked with panic as he realized the impending doom. Instead of stopping the bus, he accelerated, the vehicle hurtling toward the edge of a ravine. The world outside blurred into a nightmare as the bus plummeted, the impact deafening. With a thunderous crash, the bus met the unforgiving ground, engulfed in flames as the night erupted into chaos. Rajesh, the driver, and everyone else perished in that horrific accident, their fates sealed in a moment of madness, leaving behind only the echoes of their final screams, forever entwined with the haunting whispers of Nohkalikai waterfall.